any further, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ben tomorrow back there at our house drummer for the evening. Well, folks, it's time to get political. I think when we first pitched this idea of a music night here at the Cabrillo, it was a folk music night. I probably should have had this higher. But anyway.
You were thinking about me.
One of my, what?
You were thinking about me.
That's right. One of my favorite expressions of folk music is the form of the Talkin blues. So this one is called Talkin' Broken Government Blues. If you don't like what I'm saying, write your congressman. Well, I turned on the TV the other day to hear what the president had to say. He looked at me like a petty thief, started talking about families on relief. It was a normal speech. He got all choked up, said his hands were tied by the rotten folks on the other side. Started talking and was in denial about a government bailout, Republican style. He didn't say too much. The cameras, they zoomed in real close and showed the people that he cared the most about families on the street who didn't have enough to eat. Then he sat down to dinner. Well, the very next day the Congress passed the law they said would be the last of a series of corporate bailouts. Money in the pocket of the rich man. They smiled smiley as they signed the law related to corporations' mighty claw. They said Wall Street's too big to fail, but if I don't pay my mortgage, I go to jail. I guess that's just the way it goes when corporate interests fund campaigns. Day after that, Congress got us in fear about a government that might attack us here. They didn't want a good conflict to spoil, so we'll trade American blood for oil. Get a nice suntan in the Sahara sand. Sometime later I heard the truth that California's afraid of radical youth. They braced themselves for the next election, started making laws about marriage selection. Just some queers wanting equal rights. Well, all around me there are wars. I still don't get what we're fighting for. Maybe it's odd and call me crazy, but maybe it's to spread a little democracy down the barrel of a gun. Well, who needs ballots when you have bullets? Roar, something about a media war, talking about a shutdown threat. They need all the votes that they can get. Arguments on both sides of the aisle. Too much or too little government spending. Hey, Congressman, work for me. What do you say? Let's pretend like we live in the good old U.S. of A. Well, the shutdown stopped at the 0 hour, though the politicians still wrestle with power. Abortions for all in deficit spending. Let's hope our constituents keep forgetting that we might have fucked up the whole thing. The great American experiment in the hands of some kind of mad scientist, like Dr. Oz. Well, if you don't like the way I'm attacking, well, maybe I'll be labeled an enemy combatant. I hope that's not the case for me, because I'll be held indefinitely in some kind of CIA prison. I hear Cuba's nice this time of year. Never mind, the president said they closed. He just said that he supposed that they could torture a little while longer. Well, it is no surprise to me that the president would change his policy. After all, I'm pretty thick-skinned. It just took me by surprise that the politician could shift with the political winds. Change we can believe in.